Good morning, my friends. Welcome to Monday. Happy Monday. And of course, episode 534 of the Coffee Run Live. I hope you are having an awesome start to your week. And if you haven't quite started yet, you'll be getting right into it real soon, I'm pretty sure. Now, I love in the whole fitness industry that they say that your nutrition is 95% of your results, right? So the working out, the lifting weights, the cardio, the steady state cardio, the whatever it happens to be is only, a little segment of what it takes to get results. Now, I know this to be true. I have worked out for years and years and years, and my nutrition was down the toilet because I didn't really understand how to make it all work for me. By the time I got that right, hi Meredith, and the workout right, then the combination of those two things made everything start to work, and I was completely actually blown away. It's really cool. But the thing with this, I guess, is that what we know is that most things have a way of translating into different parts of our lives, right? So what I was thinking about this morning to talk with you about, and I was like, right, well, I had a bit of a weekend where my nutrition was not on point. My husband tagged me in a meme where it's like every other day of the week except Saturday is like on point, and then Saturday is like getting all of the lollies in my face. In my case, it was all of the peanut M&Ms. They are my favorite thing to eat at the moment. And yeah, so anyway, I was thinking about this morning and what I've learned more about nutrition and working out, how it translates into business. And I was thinking about how much time we have available to us. So let's assume that you've got your time that it takes for you to do your coaching, your consulting, your therapy, whatever it is that you're doing, there is a certain amount of time that's allocated for you to be able to do that, right? And then you've got this remaining pocket of time that is required to be spent on marketing and sales. So what I want to look at is that section of time, right? And we're going to look at that as 100%, as a 100% bucket. So if you've got, say, 30 hours a week available to you for working, and 15 hours a week is for you to actually doing the work, then the remaining 15 hours is what we're looking at. So we're looking at that as a 100% bucket. Now, out of that time that you've got available for marketing and selling, I would very strongly encourage you to be looking at spending 70% of your time marketing and 30% of your time selling. Now, some weeks that might change a little, and that's okay, but while you're building momentum, while you're getting yourself off the ground, while you're really wanting to help your people and make a name for yourself and everything like that, then a 70-30 split is something that's going to help you. Now, the biggest problem that I see happening out there that is causing people to fail, right? That is causing people to not get new clients. It is causing people to go, fuck this shit. This doesn't work. I don't want to play anymore. This is stupid, blah, 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 whatever else it is. It's because you don't maintain consistency. Now, this 70-30 split, you guys, it might be some weeks, it might be a 65-35 split. Other weeks, it might be a 60-40, 70-30, 75-25. The fact of the matter is that you can never actually stop marketing, right? You can't stop marketing if you want to keep helping people buy your products or encouraging them to buy your services or to utilize you. The trouble is that most people think that they can go and just do one campaign or one quick thing out there and that it's going to sustain them forever. And it's just not the case. Hey, Danielle. So if we want to have a think about it, people who are following you, they need to learn to get to know you. They need to learn to like you. They need to learn to trust you, right? Marketing is all about getting to help people, is helping people to get to know, like, and trust us. Now, nobody is going to get to know you in the space of 5 minutes. Nobody is going to learn to like you. Some people will like you instantly and they'll be like, yeah, you're my person. But then, like, most of the time it takes a long time for people to get to know you and learn to like you. And that's what marketing is all about. People won't buy until they trust you, which is why we want to spend a good 70% of your time on marketing. So what I want us to do is have a look at what kinds of things you can do to help people. Now, a lot of the time people will say to me, if we're having a conversation, if we're in a room or if we're training or in an event, or they happen to be on a call with me, a lot of the time they'll say to me, well, how many times should I be posting? How much should I put out there? And I don't want to put out too much. What if I can't think of anything to say? And those types of things, it's really common. Or they'll say, I know you're telling me that this is what I need to do, but I don't actually know if it's going to work for me. So I had a message this morning, actually, maybe about half an hour ago, from a lady who said, I just need to tell you that you're right. And I just went and did this thing and everybody loved it. And of course it makes sense. And now I have to do it more. And this is where she went out and she was talking about a problem that people have, which is not knowing if your pets are in pain. So you guys will have seen a week ago, I was posting I put up a post about my dog saying I didn't realized she was in pain until she wasn't moving very much. And then I started Googling what the signs of being in chronic pain were. And I'm like, holy shit, this poor dog, we've got to go and do something about this. So this lady happened to actually do some posts about it. And she was saying that it got a whole lot of interaction. And this is a big problem that her audience had found was an issue. So I guess for me, the thing that you want to be thinking about, and what I was really reminded of, is sometimes these pieces of advice that you put out, or hints or tips or cheat sheets or insights, can be so important for your audience, and it might seem really basic to you. Like, to me, I know that the more content you put out there, the more help you give for free, not your one-on-one time, right? But your one-to-many help, the faster people can get to know you. And some people will go, oh my God, you're completely amazing. I'm going to learn more from you. And other people are like, yeah, I don't want to know from you anymore. I don't want to hear from you anymore. And they'll go off and find someone else to listen to. The faster somebody can make those choices and decisions, the sooner they can start building relationships with you, the sooner they get a feel for who you are, what you're all about, what your values are. They start to see through your content that you are an expert in what you do and that you know your stuff, right? Otherwise, you probably shouldn't be in business. So the more content you can put out there, the faster someone can get to know you. Now, the statistics show that people, this is about 75% of people, right? So 75% of the population require between 7 and 10 touch points with you before they'll buy, right? So before they'll buy, before they download something for free, before they will give you money, before they enroll in a course of yours, before they sign up for your program, they need to hear from you between 7 and 10 times. Now, if you think about it, social media is really freaking noisy, right? So those 7 to 10 times, you're fighting for their attention every time you post. Now, if you only post once a day, the chances of those people seeing you quickly, 7 to 10 times in quick succession, is going to be really low. So what you want to do is try and get as many pieces of content out there, value-based pieces of content out there, as frequently as possible in order to help people get to know you, like you, trust you really, really quickly. If you were to go to the gym, right? And you saw an instructor instructing and you're kind of going, oh, yep, that's awesome. But then you might not see them for another few weeks. And then you might not see them again for another few weeks. Hey, Linda. And then you might not see them again for another few weeks. You're probably not going to feel like they are the person for you, or that they're the best, most amazing instructor ever, until you've been in their presence for a really long time and maybe you've had some results from them. But if you were to go to a class every day and you had that person, you will find that you resonate with them, you'll like them, you get better results, you're going to work harder and things like that. So 70% of your time needs to be spent on marketing. So here's the things that you want to be doing. You want to start to tell stories, right? Start telling stories. Help people get to know you through the stories that you tell. You want to, for the most part, most people, and I suspect all of the people in your audience, are looking for motivation and they are looking for inspiration. They want to feel excited. They want to feel alive. They want to feel revved up. They want to feel amped. They want to feel safe. They want to feel secure. They want to feel like there is a way forward for them. So you can provide that. You can provide that to them through things like motivational quotes, motivational tips. You can give them a kick up the ass, whatever it happens to be. The other thing that you want to have a think about, and the biggest thing with marketing that most people miss, is that you've got to solve problems, right? So sit down and do the homework on your audience. Sit down and work out what are the problems that they have got and that they're experiencing in all areas of their life. Most people don't know how to split up their time in marketing, right? So if you're spending 30% of your time on social media, 30% of your time should be spent on email and marketing campaigns. The other 30% of your time should be spent on writing and forward plotting the things that need to be done, right? So you can break down your time into different sections so that you're being super productive and super efficient, because none of us have time to waste. We've either got families that require our attention, we've got partners that require our attention, we've got our own self-care that requires our attention, we've got our pets, we've got our friends, we've got our health, we've got a billion things in our world to spend time on that and things that need our attention. So the last thing that you want to be doing is wasting your time doing shit that's not going to get a result or doing things that are not going to be helpful. So that's that. When it comes to your sales, 30% of your time needs to be spent on selling, right? So you'll note that there's more time spent on marketing and relationship building and 30% selling. And that's purely because your audience don't only want to hear you say, buy my shit, 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 right? It becomes old, it becomes boring, it becomes very much the same, it becomes very product or service centric, versus how about we go out there and add value first and then say, hey, if you want some help, then this is how you can access that help. This is how you can buy from me. This is how you can learn from me. This is how we can work together. So 30% of your time needs to be spent on selling. Now, with your selling, what you're looking at doing is breaking that down into, I would say, a 50-50 split of overt selling, which is like, hey, you guys, I've got this awesome program for sale. It is amazing. You should totally buy it. Click the link in the comments, right? There is absolutely, it's unambiguous, right? Then 50% of your time should be spent on more covert selling, right? It's like, hey, this is what's going on, but by the way, we're also doing this. So if you think about the live streams that I do, my coffee runs, they are more covert selling, right? This whole live stream has not been about unpack your genius pathway to millions, although I could make it like that, but this particular live stream is not all about that. So it's more about, hey, here's some value, here's some steps that you can undertake, and if you want more help, absolutely, you can jump in on Unpack Your Genius. It's amazing, and the link is in the comments, right? So that's more of a covert way. But half of your time, half of your sales time does need to be spent on overt and covert selling, right? So you can put up some social media posts that direct people to go straight over to the sales page, buy the program, go and do the thing, and, take action. The other stuff is a lot more overt and soft. So posts, picture quotes, emails going straight into a sales page. You could do a webinar. You could be doing straight out calls to action. You could be telling stories. What you're looking at in that 30% of time for selling is aiming to get between 10 and 20 sales activities a day happening. So if they're half and half, hi Keely, if half of those sales activities are overt and in your face, then the other half of them are covert. So what that means is 10 sales activities are going to be really in your face, and 10 sales activities are going to be a little bit more thrown into the mix of everything else that it is that you're doing, right? So that's what I would be doing if I were you. You've got your 70% is spent on marketing, 30% is spent on selling. And with that, you should be able to make squillions of dollars and help all of the people all around the world all the time. Well, almost, but you know, I say that a bit off the cuff, but it's true, right? If you've got that split going on, people won't be sitting there feeling like all you're doing is shoving your stuff down their throats. They will feel like, oh yeah, this is really cool. This makes sense. I really want to learn from this person. And then they're in like Flynn. On that note, my friends, I am going to love you and leave you and set you free about your day. If you do want some help with this, you can jump in with Unpack Your Genius Pathway to Millions. It is open and ready for your enrollment pleasure. You can see the link in the comments, or if you're listening to the audio, it will be in the show notes. Meanwhile, all you need to do now is make sure that you're getting out there, you're helping some people, you're having a whole ton of fun doing it, and remember that the world is ready for your brand of awesome. My name is Nicola, and I will see you tomorrow. Farewell, and have a great day.